satisfying was that century today?
Yeah, I feel like it's a good reward, probably like the first test was for the amount of runs that I'd scored coming into that test. I feel like I'd put a lot of work in from the second to the fourth test. I thought I was batting as well as I'd batted for the last couple of years. The runs just probably weren't reflecting that the way that I felt I was batting. I was very grateful that selectors gave me the opportunity and obviously saw that I was batting well. The runs just hadn't quite come to give me the opportunity in this test. So it's rewarding to score some runs. I would have loved to win the test. I thought if we could have got one really good partnership together, then we could have chased those runs down. The wicket was a nice wicket, barring the foot marks, so a little bit disappointing.
Had you been feeling a little bit under pressure? Did you stop the side?
I think when I play Test cricket, I'm usually under the pump at all times. I felt like that for my first 20 games, and although it's a fresh start for me, I feel always that I need to be scoring runs to stay in the team, given my age as well. There's some good young players in Australia, and there's some good young players on this tour that are pushing for batting spots. So, as I said, really grateful the selectors, the coach and the captain saw that I was batting well. The runs probably didn't reflect how I was playing, and gave me the opportunity to play this game.
I reckon that's the same going forward to somebody that put small scores on the board before that first test.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, that's a long way away. We've got plenty of cricket. There's one-day cricket back home for Tassie, and then there's obviously Shield cricket as well. So if I perform the way that I have in Shield cricket, then hopefully that I'll get my spot. But if not, then that's up to the selectors in the end. I can only do what I've done, and I feel like I've shown that in the heat of the battle, in a tough series against world-class bowlers, that I can stand up against them.
Do you feel like the Aussie left-handers on this tour collectively have, had a tougher time of it through the lines that, obviously Stewart and Jofra bowl and the movement they've been able to get? And do you think it's something that is going to have to be dealt with in future, that other teams are watching each other, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think new ball was obviously quite difficult for our left-handers at the top of the order with the way Stewart was bowling, scrambled seam as well. To be honest, through the middle and facing Stewart and Jofra, I was quite comfortable facing those two through the whole tour, so I can only speak on what I've faced. I've obviously hit the ball in slightly different areas than the guys at the top of the order, but yeah, no doubt, the guys at the top of the order would love to score a lot more runs, and around the wicket was really, really effective to our left-handers who batted at the top of the order. But personally, I felt quite comfortable against those two. I bat on an off-stump guard, and I feel like if they get outside my body, I can leave them. They come straight, then I've got to hit it, otherwise I'm in trouble. But yeah, we've got to get better in all departments, barring Smitty. No one really lit it up this tour for us.
And just off the back of that, the battle with Jofra this afternoon, which got a lot of people on the edge of their seat.
Yep.
It was pretty good theatre, and I suppose was that a nice conclusion to some of the byplay between you across the series?
Yeah, absolutely. It was good. It was good, hard Test cricket. That's what I expected coming into a National Series. I'd never played a National Series before, and the way Jofra's taken to Test cricket, I knew he was obviously a freakish talent. And when he was around the England team, I knew he'd be playing this series. So we all thought that he'd slow down eventually, but I can tell you now, through that spell, he certainly didn't slow down too much, and he kept coming. I was saying to Paddy that he's going again, and Paddy was like, "You're right, you get through." And I was like, "Yeah, we've been saying that for 4 overs now." So he just keeps coming and coming, and yeah, it's good, hard Test cricket. I was feeling comfortable in the way that I was playing. I felt like I could deal with what he was delivering, and he obviously thought that he could either rip me head off or get me out. So no, it was a good battle, and there was a little bit of banter, no words really, just yeah, good, hard Test cricket.
Did the fact that you've been teammates together at Hobart a bit sort of add something, or just one little layer to what were a few out there?
Well, maybe from externally. Obviously, we've played together for the Hurricanes the last couple of years, and that's what Test cricket is. You walk on the ground, and especially Ashes cricket, you got to be ready for the contest. It's take no prisoners kind of environment when you walk out onto the ground, and when you walk off the ground, all is forgotten. You move on with your life. So hopefully he comes to Hobart and plays with me again, but we'll wait and see. That's the way it is.
There's plenty of fun testing make you sort of reevaluate the keeping stuff. Like you still want to do both, or you have to make a choice at some point. Give up the gloves if you want to bat in top 5.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't keep towards the back end of Shield cricket last year. I think I might have done 2 games towards the back end, and I was batting 4. So whether Tim plays with us through that period or Tim doesn't, it's based on what he's doing in terms of what I will do for Shield cricket. But I still feel I've played so much cricket as a wicketkeeper that I feel like I could pick gloves up and catch the ball fine today or tomorrow if I needed to be. But at this stage, it'll just be dictated off what Payne's doing and when he wants to play and when he doesn't.
Matt, you're pretty vocal out in the field. Did England reserve special treatment for you when you came out to bat more so than any of your other teammates, or were there any sort of funny one-liners that they gave you, given how vocal you've been?
Not really, no. That's the great thing about Ashes cricket and the way this series is played. There was no abuse throughout this series. It was hard Test cricket. I know there's been a lot of stuff reported and written. There's on the ground, it has just been good, hard cricket, and I can only speak from myself personally and the whole team in our dressing room. Once you walk off the ground, all is forgotten. We don't really need to jump into talking about it in the media. It's whatever happens on the ground stays on the ground. That's just the way that we play, Australian cricket teams play. But I can tell you now, it's been a tame series compared to other series I have played in.
You changed the emphasis of your game quite a lot. You changed state, and then you've obviously become a key batsman now, as opposed to a batsman wicket-keeper. What would you say to other players trying to get into the Australian side, trying to get into that top order? What would those Shield cricketers have to do that you've learned?
You just got to pile runs on. That's what I've learnt. I felt like I may get an opportunity at some stage, and it didn't come. But I think if you have something in your mind and you're just driving so hard just to achieve that, I don't think that's healthy in Shield cricket. You need to be thinking about ways you can win games of cricket for your team, and therefore your individual performances will come. That's the way that I know that works for me. I try and win as many games as I can for Tassie, and whether that means that I get 100 or I don't, in the end I want to be the best cricketer that I can possibly be. Whether that's Australian selection or not, I still want to be the best player I can be.
At what point of the series or before the series did they tell you that you're the official ball shiner and really work harder than anyone else?
Yeah.
Because you've been a keeper for most of the
Yeah. Well, I'm fielding at mid-off, so usually the guy at mid-off gets the ball, but that's just the way it kind of worked. I said I've fielded a little bit in Hobart and I shone the ball there, here and there, but yeah, in the A trip as well, and then here I just find myself at mid-off. They try and get me to run around. I'm getting a bit old to be running around, to be honest, but yeah, I just seem to get tossed the ball, so the boys are happy with the buff they're getting on it, and they're bowling well.
Just another one on Jofra. I know it's a couple of years away, but next Ashes series, do you think how much of a handful will he be in Australian conditions, or what does he have to kind of work on to bowl as well as he has in the series with the red ball in Australia?
Yeah, I think he'll be a handful any pitch he plays on, but traditionally Australia is a little bit easier to play the short ball, especially because of the consistency of the bounce. You can get under balls. I think you saw a lot at this series, guys ducking into balls, myself included. The pace of the wickets aren't the same as what we have, and the consistency in Australia. So he'll be hard work. You've got to bowl probably a touch fuller than what you can bowl sometimes, I suppose, over here with the slowness of the pitches and not as much bounce. But yeah, he's going to be a handful on any pitch that he bowls on over the next couple of years, and Australia will be no different. But at least with his bouncer, you can trust that you can get underneath it, which is nice, instead of copping it on the body. Yeah, right, yeah. A little bit of a bruise there. I wasn't showing too much. I wasn't letting him know. That would have got him going again. I don't know how many overs he bowled in a row, but it felt like a long, long time, so I wasn't showing him too much pain. I was just trying to get through it.
Okay, everyone. Oh, sorry, one more. Yeah.
Pat Cummins at the end of the Headingley test talked about, I think you said something before the last day of that game about if you're working on a building site, no one knows whether you won or lost a game. How's it been experiencing this whole series, having had, I suppose, that life outside, and I suppose having a look at what you might have been doing if you hadn't been playing Test cricket?
Yeah, it's been difficult at times. I think you get caught up so much in the whirlwind of Test cricket and this series and everything that's reported. I think you can get, I've said it many times, you get caught up in the bubble of what's going on, just here, bus, back to the hotel, back to the ground. I think it can grind on you pretty quick. So to have some perspective that I've had, obviously, in my time away is good, but you've still got to remind yourself of it. I think it's very easy to get caught up again in what's going on. So lucky to have my family over here, 2 kids. Keep you away from the game a lot and keep your mind off the game, and they don't care too much what's going on at the ground. But yeah, I suppose to be able to keep the boys, for the boys to understand that, Test cricket and cricket in general is not everything, and I'll throw a few one-liners out, pretend that I've been a builder for many, many years and that I've got all this life experience. But it is important to understand that it is only a game and everyone is doing their best. And when we walk away in 20 years, there won't be too many people talking about us.